Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about the big question. Is God real? And I'm going to tell you, no. And y'all know I call myself the Archangel Uriel and things of that nature. So a lot of people who probably new to my channel probably think I'm finna have some surface level explanation or things of that nature. But what I do is take deep concepts and make them surface level, because I live in the yin realm. I live in the deep realm. So by me being a yang, sun, moon, and rising, then I'm going to express externally what I see. As far as me being a fire signs see visions. So we see the yin realm. Water signs feel the yin realm. You know what I'm saying? So off the bat, I'm a want to express the visions I see. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, is God real? No. So before we get there, let's talk about what is real. Now, what's real? Real is reality. What's realistic? So we know in all my videos I say, what's the three sequence? It's frequency, vibration, then energy. And that's what the whole world evolves around. The three mechanisms. So what happens here is, for something to be real, that falls into the energy spectrum. So we know energy came last. Frequency, aka spirit. Vibration, aka soul. Energy, aka physical. So we know when we talk about what's real, something has to have the energy, something has to matter, and it has to matter long enough to become energy, to be able to be brought into density so it can be expressed externally and be brought to physical and can be solid. So that's when something's real. That's how you know this chair is real. So the whole concept, like, that's how you know this physical spaceship, this body is real. So the whole concept of real relies on things in reality. You see what I'm saying? So when you want to ask, is God real? I'm going to tell you no. Because here's the thing. Your thoughts, is they real? Is your feelings and emotions, is they real? I mean, yeah. Based upon what realm of reality and what portal you in, you can have a lot of thoughts about real shit, about what you see externally. You can have a lot of feelings and emotions about real shit. But is the actual feeling and emotion, is that actual realm where these thoughts at, is that actually real? Like, can you actually take your thought and weigh it? Yeah, you might have a thought about this chair I'm sitting in, but can you take that thought that I have about me saying the chair is real, can you take that thought and weigh it? Can you hold it? Can you tap on that like I just knocked on the chair? You see what I'm saying? So everybody, look, as far as mankind and the human race, you guys are confused amongst the right and left. I'm not talking to my soul group. Y'all know when I say stuff like this, I'm not talking y'all with me. As far as new people and people who are trying to get aligned, humans are confused amongst the right and left brain. So when you want to talk about real, we know one of the main issues when regular humans think about God is they try to make God real. That's the main issue. You see what I'm saying? Look, existence and reality and realness, existence and real is two different things. Just because something's not real doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just made the example with your thoughts. You see what I'm saying? So when a person say, is God real? You goddamn right I'm going to tell you no. Especially in y'all realm. Because y'all so left brain and so yang. Not so yang, but so left brain and so external that you only, if you can't find something that's real that could be a representation of God, then you're not going to think God real. And you confuse amongst the right and left brain because your whole preconception of it is trying to make God real. So even if you're an atheist or a religious person, you stupid. In my eyes, as Archangel Uriel. So here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to understand. This is why you have to motherfucking be careful about somebody saying they some real niggas. Be careful, or even if you, not even nigga, for all races. Be careful around anybody who claim they so real. That like that saying they say, a person who's real doesn't have to keep saying they're real, because it's not a concept or a realm of reality that they're diving into that's part of reality. Just think about it. Really think about it. I'm Archangel Uriel. So when I hear somebody tell me, when that light frequency hit my realm of reality, somebody telling me I'm a real nigga, I'm real, first thing that come to my head, and the frequencies I start seeing around this spirit, alright, first thing I think is, okay, this person's spirit is under a metaphysic roof ran by a Elohim or intellectual being that's not in this person's good favor. Because 9 times out of 10, when a person say they're real, they're just doing a lot of realistic shit. And depending on what realm of reality and how many groups of people is in that portal of that realm of reality, depending on how many attributes this person do that's realistic in that realm of reality, that person is going to be seen as real. So a person is doing a lot of realistic shit. So if a person is in a realm of reality that's not in their best interest, and they're doing a bunch of realistic things in that realm of reality, aka doing a bunch of things that involves with relating their inner world to the external world, and that external world is created by an intellectual being that's either was given the power to a human by Elohim, or the Elohim God itself rules that intellectual being. So when this person giving all their energy trying to do a bunch of realistic things in that arena, move a bunch of external pieces in that area, then this person is going to be seen as real. Or this person going to feel like they're real. But really, all they did was do a bunch of realistic shit in a realm of reality. They didn't do anything real for themselves. Did they take any of their own thoughts and create it externally that they can hold and touch and be like, this straight out of my own mind? Or did they have any feelings and emotions that they took from the inside and brought their inner heaven or hell? A lot of times hell is a lot easier to bring, but did they bring their inner heaven externally so they can experience their pleasures, something, or a person, place, or thing that they could hold? Did they do that, or did they accomplish something that somebody else created for them to think that that's pleasurable to have? So are you experiencing your own pleasures in the world, or are you experiencing someone else's? See what I'm saying? That's the real question. You see what I'm saying? And you see what I'm saying? That's not even physical yet. So that's not even real. The way you feel, your thoughts, that's not even real. The only way you're going to make your thoughts real is if you express and show somebody and use something external, a person, place, or thing, to represent what your thoughts is. You know what I'm saying? Or your feelings and emotions is. That's the only time you make something real. So when a person is doing this constantly, wearing down their soul, but they're doing it in somebody else's realm of reality. Say a person say, "Oh, I'm a real nigga cause I done sold a bunch of dope and I done robbed a bunch of niggas." So they just so that realm of reality of them needing to sell dope in the first place was to obtain money. The realm of reality of money, we all know that's a whole nother video. You know what I'm saying? So you're already under a roof thinking that you have to compromise in your own life and do certain things and put yourself in danger to gain a certain thing that's already putting you and your soul under construct, because you live in that geographical location that whatever intellectual beings run that energy in those realms of realities and those portals, you have to give your energy up to them because they're higher up than you. Now, once you apply yourself to that energy, right, you do a bunch of realistic things in that realm of reality in order to get money. You know, if you sell drugs, you know, you might got to connive a few people. You got to get a large portion of something. You can't be working with no petty shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a large portion. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a group together. Boom. And you using a bunch of external things that's already placed in that realm of reality for you to do, so you're supposed to align yourself with that. And the better you know how to align yourself with the way the rules set for that realm of reality, the better you know how you're going to be able to beat the game out of that. But that, me as a spirit, as Uriel, I'm looking at the realm of reality as a whole. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to do that for a regular average human. I understand that. But that's what my channel is for. But look, you go into this, right, and you do a bunch of realistic stuff. And in that realm of reality, and depending on all the groups of beings in that realm of reality, you're going to have a certain intellectual outlook and directional path to that realm of reality. People, you got certain groups of people that agree with, yeah, you got to connive sometimes to get to the top. Yeah, you might got to rob and steal sometimes. But as long as you got the money and you got the money to show for it and you feeding your family, then ultimately what you did was good. So in that realm of reality period, in that intellectual field, yeah, you did a bunch of real shit. So you're a real person because you did a bunch of realistic shit in a reality. But that reality was created in general. And you didn't do something yourself and create something yourself. You went in and gave your energy to something that's already there, played out outlook for you, and you just played the game. So who's really winning here in a life path? You think you win it in this one life, but your whole in general life as a spirit, which can't be destroyed, it can only be reciprocated and re-innovated into another form. You see what I'm saying? That's in Dalmatian. So you think you win it in this one lifetime, you screaming YOLO, YOLO, you only live once, and then you don't know, you bring yourself more down on an evolutionary scale when you transform and come back. But you ain't worried about that. Yeah, you don't care about that shit. You probably thinking about it now like, shit, I don't even remember my past life. Why the fuck should I remember where the fuck I'm going? Yeah, you motherfucking right. But keep that mind state. Because when something in your life is happening now that you feel like you got to complain about, shut your motherfucking mouth. You ain't got no reason to be complaining. The same way you thought in the past life, or the same way you're going to think in the future life, or it's possibly going to be the same way you're thinking now. Yeah, I don't remember my past life, so why I got to worry about it now? Yeah, I don't remember where how the fuck I'm gonna know where I'm going after I die? Nobody knows where they going after they die. So I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just live my life. YOLO, YOLO, you only live once. Yeah, keep thinking that. But when something happened in your motherfucking life you gotta complain about, shut your motherfucking mouth. You better not motherfucking complain. Because that's part of it right there. See what I'm saying? If you learning everything you learn now, whatever you complaining about now, you're not gonna have to complain about it. So when you are in a life where you're thinking like, man, I don't remember the past life, or I don't know where I'm going, but if you at least consider it, then when you transform and come back, you're gonna have parts of that information in your DNA in whatever physical spaceship you come in. So you're gonna be a little bit more wiser than the spirit, than the beings that you're around. You see what I'm saying? And then whatever you got over in this life, while you wasn't thinking YOLO, YOLO, you was actually thinking and being considerate, then you might not be experiencing that in the next life. So when you in the next life, and say you're not elevated to the point that you kind of in the same situation you is now, where you can't remember your past or you don't know where you're going. But shit, I bet you won't be experiencing what you think you're experiencing now as a motherfucking problem. You see what I'm saying? That's how it motherfucking works. You ain't gotta motherfucking remember. Have faith and just motherfucking under and over motherfucking stand. And then you gonna know. You know what I'm saying? That's why in my previous life, I remembered a lot of shit, and I must have learned a lot of shit, because that's why I have a lot of information I have in this transformation. Because in this transformation, I'm able to realize and understand and be wise enough to understand. So that I must have overstood something previously. So I'm here with that same information now, and I'm here to try to elevate a little higher. So you see what I'm saying? This is how you can even pinpoint what kind of what scale, high or low, on the spiritual path list is with your friends. Just go around your friends, and then when y'all have conversations, the person who can see the most shit and understand the most realms of realities, 9 times out of 10, that person was here a lot more times. And if you a person who off the back watching me, and your spirit already had a sense of connection, probably authority way over anybody you around already. You see what I'm saying? That's how that shit works. But we here to elevate. We ain't here to go down. And I don't give that's why you ain't even supposed to give a fuck about death or none of that shit. Because if you genuinely know you're gonna be here the same way you don't remember being born, the same way you don't remember when you die, that's like how your life. That's energy that's a direct manifestation and representation of your spirit. Because your spirit can't be destroyed. It can only be reciprocated. So just the simple fact that you can't remember being born in a REM reality and you can't remember dying in a REM reality. So when you're living in a REM reality, you can only see, since you're separate from yourself because you're in a REM reality. So you can only see representations of pieces of yourself dying. That means other things dying, trees, people, things dying off. So when you see a person dying, you're seeing an outer external representation of what yourself going to do, transform. But just the realms of realities and the illusions and whatever realm of reality you in, depending on the Elohim guys, how they contribute to the outlook of that is how you're perceiving it. So you're perceiving what's happening through a filter. And that filter is making you feel and think about it in ways that may not be what actually is happening. So this is what attacks your thoughts and your feelings, aka your spirit and your soul. You see what I'm saying? And you get endowmation based upon the realm of reality and the outlooks based upon the Elohim, how they made you look at the shit that's already here. And the shit may not even be what it really is, but you feel and think about it, your spirit and soul see it in a way of the realm of reality that's constructed that you in. So you choose to come here and experience it. You just have to learn how to remember that what you're actually experiencing is an illusion. It's not actually real, no matter the ramifications that's brought here. Yeah, the physical ramification spaceship that they created for they can experience here, yeah, this is how they experiencing it. But you have to understand that it's an experience. It's an experience. You see what I'm saying? I don't think people understand that. It's an experience. That's it. No experience is forever. You see what I'm saying? So that don't mean, but one thing's for sure is there's always going to be experiences. Always. You don't remember that there wasn't an experience. Do you? You don't remember when it wasn't no experience. So don't stop thinking that now, motherfucker. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Goddamn air.